Ladies and gentlemen, good day. My name is George Nadande from Elite Children Services, one of the facilitators of CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. You know, as an educator or as a teacher, it's a legal requirement for you to be able to renew your CPR on a yearly basis. And so I'm giving you an update here of CPR from the first aid code D004. And so this morning I'll briefly talk about first aid. I'll briefly talk about what are the aims of first aid. Ni nini inatakikana kwako kama wewe first aider. Ile inatakikana ni wewe kwako ku preserve life. Your work is to preserve life when you're dealing with your victim or your patient. Yours is to be able to be sure that they are alive, they do not die if they are not dead already. So then the easiest way to do it is to be able to call for help, to be able to do the things that you are able to do. Make sure their airway are patterned. Make sure that they are breathing normally. If they are not, do CPR. If you do CPR and the doctors come, you give them the responsibility to be able to continue and do what they have to do. So the aim of first aid, we all already know, is preserve life. Number two is to protect the unconscious, the one who is unconscious, to be able to protect them from worsening the state they are in already. And the other one is to protect them or to prevent their condition from worsening. Because if you are able to sustain them, then when the doctors come, they will be able to quickly promote and recover from life. Now, those are the four aims of a first aider. Now, after you are able to do that, and the easiest way to be able to do that is to be able to use the chain of survival. The chain of survival is so clear. It is the quicker you are able to call for ambulance, the quicker you are able to call for help, the quicker you are able to protect and preserve that life, the quicker you are able to start your CPR, what we are in today, the quicker you are able to restart that heart, the quicker you get the AED, arterial eternal defibrillator, the quicker they are able to restart that heart, the quicker you are able to get advanced critical care, the quicker you are able to get that team to come, the professionals to come, the quicker you are able to protect and to preserve the life of your patient. Now, as you have done that, you remember very importantly that you have legal obligations. There are legal obligation, expectation of you from the government for you to be able to keep records of everything that you did, to take consent from the one to whom you are preserving their life, and you have a duty of care to the people in whom you are serving. And finally, negligence, when you do not do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, that is negligence. Now, too much is asked of you, but you only need to do what you know to do, and what you know to do is what CPR has taught you, that is to preserve and to protect life. You're going to use the principles of assessment. You're going to assess your patient. Make sure that you know what has caused it. Was it electrocution? Was it slip from the fall? Was it a cable tie that tied them and they fall? That's the history. What is the story behind this? How did this happen? And then you're supposed to know the signs. What are the signs? Are they bleeding from the legs? Do you see blood all over the place? Do you see a lot of vomit on the floor? Do you feel the smell or something they have done with their backside? Do you know, those are symptoms, those are some of the signs that will telltale signs. You will have the telltale signs that will tell you what's happening. And then the symptoms. What are they feeling? How are they feeling? How are they feeling? Wanasikia aje? Wanasikia uchungu, au wanasikia nauseous. They feeling as if they want to puke. Are they nauseatic? Now, those are some of the symptoms that you will be able to tell sign telling you how the victim is suffering, how the victim has been injured. And so, when you have assessed, umetumia history, umetumia science, symptoms zake zote umeziandika chini, unajua hii ndio hii, ama unaijua kwa kichwa yako ndio hii. Sasa unatumia principles of prioritizing. The principles of prioritizing first aid. You use doctors A, B, C, D, where D stands for danger, R stands for response, S stands for send for help, A stands for airway, B stands for breathing, C stands for CPR compression, and D stands for defibrillator. Now, the priorities is because the prioritization of doctors A, B, C, D is because when you go to help a patient, when you go to help a victim, you don't want to dive in when there is electrocution going on over the place, otherwise both of you will become victims. So you go to look for danger. Utaangalia danger, ni wapi, ni stima, ni maji, ni nini imefanya huyu mtu anguke, ni nini imeaffect huyu mtu ndiye afanye hivyo. Then ukiondoa stima, uondoe panga, uondoe ile kitu inamkatakata, ukiondoa hiyo yote, unajua sasa ako safe. Akiwa safe namna hiyo, sasa unakuja sasa ndio wewe unaita help, unaita Michael, John, Jane, and Massey. You tell them, come here. You tell them, I want you to go and call for the ambulance, which is called for 000. When you have, what did I say? Call for the ambulance. Did you hear? You call for the ambulance, and in the ambulance they will ask you what is the address, so give them the address. And they will ask you, what is happening? Is this person breathing? Is this person unconscious? Is this person being able to talking? They will ask you, tell them they are unconscious, they are on the floor, we have found them, yes, and then come back to me and report to me that you have done that. Now, after you have signed for help, you will check their airway. You check to see whether these people, whether the victim is breathing normally. Is there anything obstructing the airway? Is there a gorged piece of potato that is blocking the airway? So you keep them on the side and gorge it out. When it has come out, make sure to see whether they are breathing normally. Because if it comes out, I'm sure it may come out and they're not breathing normally. So you are going to have to do something called head tilt maneuver. Unakuja unachukua kichwa namna hii, unainua kidogo, ndio ulimi nao inasimama namna hii, inafungua njia. Ikifungua njia ndio huyo mtu ameanza kupumua. Akianza kupumua basi, sasa huyo akipumua basi ndio utaangalia pumzi yake iko namna gani. You're going to check how are they breathing. Are they breathing normally, or are they wheezing? Are they doing? Na ukiangalia hiyo sasa, teo sign nitakwambia kama huyu mtu ni mzuri ama ni mtu hata mambo iko sawa ama si sawa. Na ukijua hii mambo si sawa, basi ndio basi utachukua hatua. Utachukua hatua ya kufanya nini? You will start doing CPR, and that is the gist of the matter today. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Now, ukianza kufanya CPR, how do you do CPR? CPR is whereby you place your hand on a dot, both hands in a dot on the area below the sternum. and you compress, at a rate of 30 compression and 2 breath. Every 30 compression, you give 2 breath. But you do your compressions at 100 compressions per minute. Now, when you have done all that, you will be able to restart. When you have done your CPR, you continue doing it in the cycle of 30 compressions, 2 breath, 30 compression, 2 life breath, 30 compression, 2 life breath, meaning those life breath may be the breath of life. This guy, you may breathe for him until he comes back to life, and you will be the happiest bunny in town, because that is what you are trained to do, and you have done it and it has worked. So you've got to give 30 compressions, 2 breaths, 30 compression, 2 breath, at a rate of 100 compressions per minute. Kwa hivyo kazi yako ni kupumusha, ni kupatia hiyo compression 30 of them kwa dakika, kwa every cycle unapatia breaths 2. Ukipatia hizo breaths 2, basi wewe ndio huyo uko mbele. Sasa unangoja, unafanya hivyo kabisa, kuendelea mpaka madaktari wanafika. Ile help, the help that you had called for until they come. When the professions come, hand over to them. Let them continue for you. But sometimes you may do those 30 compression, and until you are so tired, you are about to faint, you can't do it anymore. So you will have to stop. That's the only time you can stop. But when the medic come, you stop and hand over to them, and they continue as well. Or they will use the AED, arterial external defibrillator, that will be able to restart the heart. Then that's the advanced life support has come. When advanced life support has come, you are good to go. All that you need to do is to give them a handover. You will tell them, this person has a pulse of 72, a pulse of 72, has a blood pressure of, if you have already taken the blood pressure, normal blood pressure is 120 over 70, so they have a blood pressure of 126 over maybe 75. Then you say that these people, they have breaths of 18 breaths a minute. Sasa hiyo ni mambo tu ile ulikuwa unakumbuka, you have a duty of care kuandika ile vitu. Sasa vile vitu umefanya, na ndio hiyo moja ya kufanya ni kuchukua posi, ni kuchukua blood pressure yake iko namna gani, ni kuchukua anapumua namna gani. Sasa hizo pumzi zote ndio utakuwa umeandika chini, na ndio utapatia na handover upatie kwa daktari. Kwa hiyo nasi amekuja, umpatie ile emergency person amekuja. Ukimpatia sasa, wewe uko sawa, ama lakini utakaa tu, ndio kwa sababu utafanya infection control, utaokota zile mavitu zote umetumia, utaosha mikono vizuri, utengeze hiyo area, make sure that hakuna mtu mwingine atapata hiyo huyo mtu ameweka kwa chini. Ndio hiyo sasa, basi ukiendelea kufanya hivyo, basi hiyo sasa mtu amechukuliwa na ambulance, huyo ameenda hospitali. Akienda hospitali, basi wako mikononi ya madaktari. Wewe sasa kazi yako umetimisha kazi yako. Now that's what is your responsibility as a CPR person, as a first aider. As a first aider, that's your responsibility. And one thing I want to mention, there is difference between these 3 people of CPR. You do the same. You do 30 compression, 2 right breath, 30 compression in that cycle. And you will be doing it at a rate of 100 compressions per minute. 100 compressions per minute, but at a cycle of 30 compression, 2 breaths. For an adult, you use 2 hands below the sternum. For a child who is above 5, you use 1 hand. All the case may be, you may be required to use 2 hands. For an infant under 2 years old, you use 2 fingers. 2 fingers, 30 compressions, 2 breaths. 30 compression at a rate of 100 compressions a minute. Na ukifanya hiyo yote, umetimisha kazi yako. So that's what we will be meeting to do now. We'll be doing it practically next week when we meet. And I'm sure you will enjoy because you already have the knowledge now. You know, mtoto mdogo usicheze naye. Akikuwa mgonjwa unasaidia, unaita madaktari, unaita yote, kwa sababu hiyo ndio kazi yako. Na you will get satisfaction in the job that you do. Thank you so much. I wish you a very good time as you come for practicals on Saturday. Good day. Bye-bye.